I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable.
How you doing, Pretty Red? Looking good. You're looking good.
I'm unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable. I'm unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable. I'm unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable. I'm unstoppable, yeah, unstoppable.
Now what, guys? All right, now what? I have 10 tips that I came up with. And then after I read my little 10 tips, Sherry and Nikki, if y'all have any other tips, you can chime in with it. So I have 10 tips for families with a new autism diagnosis. One, take a few days before you make any important decision, meaning on medical care, mental health care, therapies, speech therapy, OT, PT, everything. Don't make a decision right away. Take your time because you want the best thing for your child. Number two, try to plan some alone time with you and your partner if you have one for like a week or two after the diagnosis. Take some time together to talk about it, try to connect with each other, because in the second half of this presentation, we're going to talk about married couples or couples and other family members, how to deal with this diagnosis. So make sure you take some time with your significant other when you're, or the child's father or mother, right after the diagnosis, because you don't want to make any decisions without them as well. Number three, decide who you're going to tell. A lot of times you don't want to tell everybody right away. I told my immediate family, but I didn't tell everybody. You know what I mean? Because you're still processing it. So take your time and decide, who you're going to tell or who you're going to connect with to try to get you through this process. Number four, don't focus too much on the future. And that's one of the things we try, or we sometimes do. We're thinking too, ahead, instead of just thinking like, okay, what are we going to work on tomorrow? Are we going to work on how to use a spoon? Are we going to work on it? You know what I mean? We're thinking about, oh, he's not going to go to college. Like, wait, you ain't even got there. Like, they only 2. Wait a minute. So, because, you know, that's going to drive you crazy when you're thinking about the future, when you're thinking about years ahead of time. And that's sometimes we parents, we fall into that. You know, we're thinking way ahead of time, and we still, you know, the kid is still working on tomorrow, or how about today? Number 5, remember that your child is a child and not a project. Ooh, child. Remember your child is a child and not a project.
For something for you to fix.
Exactly. Remember that is still your baby that you birthed or adopted or whatever. It is not something that you doing work management on. You know, this is not a project management situation going on here. So take that out of your mind. And number 6, like I told y'all, look, get you a few binders and some paper and a place to put it so you have everything you need. I'm trying to tell y'all, document everything. Keep everything. Because especially when you're dealing with these schools and stuff, you know, they sometimes are not your best friend. You're going to have to like pull out note, because last time we had this meeting, baby, no, you said this and he was supposed to get that. And then you'll have everything that you need, you know, for your meetings. Number 7, I'll say keep a record of every interaction you have with, like, you know, that goes with number 6, with the schools, therapists, and doctors regarding your child. Even if it's a casual discussion in the hallway, even if you just having a little discussion with your teacher, you know, hey, Caleb, such and such and such. I'm writing it down. Number 8, get familiar with the laws that affects individuals with disabilities. Parents, get familiar with the laws. Get familiar with the rules and regulations. Anything that's being passed, anything that's in that's, you know, being looked at to be passed, that has anything to do with the persons with disabilities or in the special education system. That is very, very important. You need to know what affects your child in the long run, not just when he or she is in school, but what will affect them when they become adults. Number 10, a tip is find your local support and advocacy group. And number 10, I would say meet with a financial planner, or have a plan in place, or working on the plan in place, depending on what age you are, for your child, because they do grow up. They do become adults. And as they grow up, you get old. That's just life. So make sure you're working on a plan. Okay, when I'm no longer able to run around with Mr. Caleb, what I'm going to do? Where's this money coming from? Who's going to support both of us? So, ladies, any other tips you want to give to the parents?
Don't focus, spend more time and focus more on some joy and positives of your child. You've got to take time to celebrate those positive things and the joys that your child brings to you. You have to at those intensely, and you need to do it every single day. Find time to write down, you know, I keep a gratitude journal, and, you know, write the positives every single day of, even if it's nothing more than your son tied a shoe to,
right?
You know, celebrate the little things.
Nikki?
All great tips. And this is just all great tips for parenting, period. You know, but even more for, you know, this is just awesome. I absolutely agree with all of it. It's an awesome plan. Like, and I wish, you know, a lot of people had access to this information. So it's definitely something I'm going to share whenever I have the opportunity to have people reach out to you, because I'm out in the park a lot, you know, with a lot of children. And, you know, some things I can see
Yeah.
that others may not be able to see.
Yeah.
You know, and just to conversate with the parent for a little bit, I can see that they're not even fully aware at all. They just have so
Exactly.
many other children to focus on, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, they're going to grow out of the speech thing or whatever the case may be. But you know, to get them comfortable enough to talk about it, and let's talk about praise. So that part of it,
Exactly.
I'm absolutely for positive affirmation, praise, and smiles, kindness. It is so important for them to see that.
Yeah.
You know, so that's great. I applaud both of you ladies. You ladies are awesome.
Thank you.
And I would love to meet your children and interact with them. It's a blessing.
Sherry, I don't know how long you're going to stay on, but we about to do the couples.
I'm going to have to bow out here shortly. I don't know.
Okay. Hi, Monkey. He's just all over.
He is never far from my.
He is ready for mommy's attention right now.
Your bedtime. So
yeah, I understand. Thank you so much for coming up here. Yes. Of course, we're going to do this again.
Definitely. Let me know when, and I'll be here. And thank you so much for having me. And it was nice meeting you, Nikki. And
so nice meeting you, Sherry.
Because we need more people like you. We really do. So thank you.
Yeah.
Spread the love is all.
Good night.
Have a good night.
All right. So